Yo guys, this is Lourdes. In today's video we are going to be discussing things that I do and things that are different from me than other people that I've ever seen or heard of. But before I get into this video, I just wanted to make sure you guys like it and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to get a notification whenever I post a video. Okay, so before I start this video, I wanted to make sure you guys know that I'm getting a new bed soon. It's not gonna be a bunk bed, but it's gonna be a day bed. And I think I want it on this wall because this bed used to be on this wall, and I feel like it looks more cluttered in my room with it on this wall. So I want it on this wall, and it's just gonna be like twin day bed, so it's gonna be a lot easier. We might have to like fill in my wall. Not like a bunch, just like this much or something, because this is one of the things I'm going to be discussing. But there is a hole. There's a couple holes actually, but there's a hole. There's a hole here and there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's not holes starting here because my bed's pretty far away from the wall. But anyways, guys, so we're going to be talking about why those holes are there and other things. So this bed is pushed, if I push it onto the okay. So guys, ever since I was an infant that could pick up ever since I could pick up my neck as an infant, I would bang my head in my crib when I'm sleeping, and when I am in my car seat in the car. And the first time my mom saw me do it, or ever since I was doing it, since I started, my mom thought there was something wrong with me, so she brought me to the doctors, and they said that there was nothing wrong with me, I'm healthy and perfectly fine. So I do it because it comforts, and it takes, I'm very stressed out all the time. Believe it or not, the person that seems so bright and who's so friendly is stressed. I know. Oh my god. So a good example of it, it just takes the stress away. A good example of it is that, before school ended, there was a test 2 weeks before school ended or something like that. I don't know. There was a test for algebra. No, that was a month before. No, that was a couple weeks. I don't know. But anyways, there was a test for algebra that I had to go to be in advanced algebra, and yes, I made it, guys. But it was 2 days of testing from 9:45 to 10:45 for 2 days, and I was really stressed, and I was afraid to not get in. And every day when I would go home, I would listen to my music and bang my head. And my mom's used to it. She's like, there's nothing wrong with it, you're fine, right? So I bang my head, and I don't just if I'm listening to music, I don't just go no. I bang it to the beat of the beat of the music. So if it's one, if it was the beat, I would be banging my head back, 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 back. On the beat, my head would be against the seat, so I'd be boom, boom, like that. Of course, I don't look like that because that's just no. But I was afraid to tell. I didn't tell any of my friends because I was afraid that I would be outcasted and that stuff. But I'm done hiding. Okay, I'm done. Another thing that it's not that I do, but what happened, I guess you can say. So before, okay, so I have a divot, it's hard to explain. but I have a divot, like, on, you know, at the end of your spine or at the end of your tailbone or whatever. I have a divot, and basically that was a hole, and it closed 2 hours before I was born, and if it hadn't closed, I would have been born with spina bifida, and that, like, is the curvature of the spine. It, like, it messes with your mobility and, like, from your, like, with your hips and stuff. I wouldn't be able to do basketball. So, yeah, I have a divot. So it just, like, dips in. So if I fall on my tailbone, it hurts way more than it would for, like, any of you guys who don't have a divot or anything like that. Another thing, I also don't tan and I don't burn. The only thing that gets darker is just, like, a little bit, like, I only get a little bit tan, like, not at hardly at all. The only thing that gets darker in the summer is actually just my birthmark. My skin doesn't burn, and if it does burn, I can't feel it. Like, if this gets pink, no, that's just because I'm hot, but, like, if that is a burn, I can't feel it. Like, I got burned on my shoulders and I didn't feel it at all. So I have, like, a weird type of skin that doesn't burn. Like, I'm really pale, as you can see. So, yeah. Also, what happened to me, I have so many scars. I know people are gonna be like, oh, I have scars too. But, these are just weird scars. They look weird. I have this scar from when I was camping. Somebody asked me if I had poison ivy, and I was like, no. That's from when I went camping. I was riding my bike, and the gravel was slipping from under my bike, and and it fell, and my elbow was skidding along as my bike is still moving forward. Both of all of this skin right here is scarred because there's, you know, this rubble wood that you put on your, like, truck to put the ATVs and all the, like, stuff on so that it gets better grip on the wood so you can, like, drive it up. Well, anyways, my brother decided that it was a good idea to try to push me down the rubble wood to make me go faster down them, and I fell, and it took all the skin off my knees. I also have a burn right here from the motorcycle pipe that your dad specifically tells you not to touch because it's hot, and my brother was horsing around in the sidecar and my foot slipped, and what happened was my foot slipped and it hit the pipe. But the, like, scarring that the dentist thought that might affect my roots of these two teeth is there. It's white, but, like, I'll show you guys in a minute. But the backstory is that I was in a car accident, and before the car accidents happened, I was super nervous, and I'm never nervous with my aunt driving. Like, my aunt was driving, and it wasn't her fault. There was, like, she was at the red light, right? And her light was yellow, and she was already beyond the line, so she was in the middle of the intersection, and then there was this truck, and he looked up, and the light was green, but he wasn't paying attention to the thing, and he just, like, floored it into the intersection, and it hit her. And, I was, like, feeling really uneasy anyways, so, like, I knew something was gonna happen, and I was like, and I was the one who didn't have a booster seat. Like, I was tall, like, I was just barely under the limit, but she had a minivan, and the way we were seated, there wasn't room for the car seat, and we had to go all together because she was the only one home, only authority, and I was only 5. So I had to go with her, and we got in a car accident. I only had the belt, like the one that only goes around your waist, and I didn't have a seatbelt, and I went like that against the car seat in the front of me. So my tooth is chipped, And it's not like a bad chip, but like that chip right there is chipped. My gums down here, that gum, and that gum are all jagged down. You can see a little scarring right here. And then up here, there's a scar right there from that. They were afraid, and then I had to take medication for my nose because I had like a gushing blood. So I had to take like medication for like 2 weeks. It was really gross. I also have 2 scars. I have one here and I have one here. Okay, so they're both from my cat Rosie. So I was holding her, like for the one that's right here, I was holding her and my dog came around this corner and it scared her and she tried to run. And then the second one, Rosie was laying on like my chest and the dog came in and scared her again and she went to run and her back leg scratched here. So there's that one. As you can see, there's just a little line right there. And then there's just the little one right here. And yeah, I think that's it for my stories. And oh yes, that's right. Every July or August, I get bad poison ivy. Like, if I don't even go outside or if, like, I touch it with my leg, it'll get on my face. It won't even stay on my leg. Like, I don't touch my legs either. Like, if I went like that with my foot to the poison ivy, and yes, this is another birthmark right here. Yes, I know. If I went like that to the poison ivy with my foot, it won't even go on my foot. It would get on my face. And what happens is, it's every year. It goes like legit all over my face. It always stops here. I don't know why. But it gets in my eye, on my mouth. Sometimes it goes like a little bit in my mouth, which is really bad. It like makes my eyes all swollen. I can't see. It's hard to breathe, and I only can take like little bites like that. So I used to like drink smoothies. I also had to take a lot of medication, and when I say a lot, like my cousin has a pacemaker, and I have to take more medication than she did. Then she does have to take in a full day. So it's a very fun. Yeah. And then I have a birthmark. Explanation for my life. It feels good to let everybody know what happened. I know you guys like, why would you hide that from people? But if you were in my spot, you would know. I know some people are in my spot. Like, I know other people who are like that. Well, I don't know anybody who has the experience I have, but I know they have other experiences that they're scared to tell other people. And what I say is that when you're comfortable, go ahead and tell them. So anyways, yeah guys, make sure you drop a like on this video, and if you didn't like this video, make sure you leave in the comments below why I like it, and so I can have feedback. So yeah, if you guys are new to my channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell for getting a notification every time I upload a video. So yeah, without further ado, this is the end of the video.